How to express feelings, and how not to. We are wired to have emotions. On the off chance that we express these sentiments in off-putting ways, this wiring can welcome a distinction in our connections. Paradoxically, communicating emotions in a sheltered way can prompt our inclination more associated, particularly to friends and family. Realizing how to communicate sentiments thoughtfully is thusly crucial on the off chance that you need to feel near individuals and to continue your connections. Sharing positive feelings solidifies relationships. Love, appreciation, gratitude, delight, sharing these feelings builds affectionate bonds. Simultaneously, stresses happen in everybody's life, leaving them with miserable, frightened, or irate sentiments. Moreover, contrasts and hurt sentiments will happen every now and then between pretty much any two individuals who collaborate routinely. Sharing emotions empowers you to talk through the circumstance that had caused the trouble. That way, you can sort out how the issue happened and what to do to fix it. Critical thinking together makes negative sentiments lift. Something else, the issue may wait or deteriorate, negative emotions may rot, and both you and your relationship endure. What's a reliably constructive way to express your feelings? Sharing emotions successfully regularly starts with two straightforward words, I feel. Then, fill in the clear with a feeling word, that is, a word, for example, confounded, enchanted, or depleted. In case you're experiencing difficulty distinguishing the inclination, you can do a different decision. Have a go at picking from these four fundamentals: frantic, dismal, happy, or frightened. The error that individuals frequently make when they are attempting to share an inclination is to state, I feel that. The word that demonstrates that what will follow will be an idea, not an inclination. Thoughts are fine to share simultaneously, considerations pass on dry data, not the juice of what you are encountering inside. Emotions strongly affect holding. So while sharing considerations constructs a feeling of association, the association is less extraordinary than when you additionally look inside yourself and offer the sentiments that you find there: cheerful, disheartened, satisfied, vigilant, disappointed, pleased, and so forth. What is the most common mistake? Too often, instead of saying, I feel, people start out with the mistaken phrase, you make me feel. You cause me to feel. Is one of the expressions that, as a marriage advisor, I flinch when I hear. Also, I hear it dreadfully frequently, not on the grounds that I'm working with awful individuals, but since a great many people are unconscious that, you cause me to feel, welcomes hurt sentiments and contentions. For what reason does the expression, you cause me to feel, reliably can get the conversation of emotions not looking so good? Here are 5 reasons why, and why supplanting it with, I feel, merits the exertion. 1. You make me feel, appears to be an allegation or an announcement of fault, not an announcement of your emotions. Explanations of feelings, and particularly of weak feelings like miserable, confounded, or restless, welcome compassion from most audience members. Allegations, on the other hand, are off-putting, welcoming preventiveness and opposition. Analyze the accompanying gatherings of expressions. Which would you like to hear? Group A, I feel awkward. I feel dismal. I feel idiotic. Group B, you cause me to feel awkward. You make me dismal. You cause me to feel idiotic. Could you feel the difference? If not, read them again, slowly and aloud. 2. You make me feel, is disempowering as well as is undermining. You make me feel, gives away your power to fix your negative feelings. The phrase makes you into a helpless victim. While the phrase induces guilt or shame in your partner, it simultaneously renders you powerless. By contrast, I feel, gives you, not the other person, the power to figure out what to do to feel better. Maybe your feeling is the result of being tired, hungry, or overloaded. Maybe the feeling comes from a challenging situation that needs considerable thought to figure out how to remedy it. Stating your feelings by starting with the pronoun, I, and the phrase, I feel, is empowering because it focuses both you and the other person on your dilemma. Now, together, you can open the door to finding solutions. 3. You make me feel, invites counter-accusations. Because the phrase, "you make me feel," sounds like an attack, and attacks beget counter-attacks. Before long, your conversation is likely to escalate into an angry argument. Here's a model. Linda, you cause me to feel ugly. You scarcely ever praise me. Len, well, that is on the grounds that you cause me to feel like a horrendous spouse. Furthermore, much the same as that, they're not far off of battling. At the point when Len hears Linda's, "you cause me to feel," he checks out the allegation and blocks out from tuning into her interests. On the other hand, when another couple, Gina and Gerald, face a similar circumstance with an alternate sentence starter, "I feel," the exchange ends up being very profitable. Gina, I feel ugly. At the point when you scarcely ever praise me, I figure I should not look great to you. Gina, I feel ugly. At the point when you barely ever praise me, I figure I should not look great to you. Gerald, I'm so sorry you feel that way. As a matter of fact, it's even more miserable on the grounds that I pretty much consistently like what you look like. I most likely could disclose to you all the more frequently the amount I value your garments or your hair, and particularly your grin. What's more, since I consider it, I can see that of late, I've been so distracted with work that I haven't saw much else. Gina, I'm so happy we are discussing this. I feel better effectively, simply seeing more what's new with you. I've likewise been asking why I've out of nowhere had this upsurge of needing praises. I imagine that I have been feeling somewhat surrendered with your investing so much energy working when you are at home. By dispatching with the words, "I feel." Gina welcomes sympathy and shared critical thinking rather than counter-allegations. 4. You make me feel, depends on a misconception about what triggers feelings. One individual for the most part doesn't, without anyone else, cause another to feel anything. What makes a difference is the mix of what one individual says or does and the other individual's translation of the words or activities. For example, on the off chance that you attempt to make me giggle, I may react with gentle entertainment, yet I may likewise react with disdain, with irritation, with dissatisfaction, or with incredible love. It's the combo of what you state and do and what I bring that characterizes the circumstance. That is, an audience's reaction comes as much from factors inside the audience as from what others have said or done. 5. You cause me to feel. Centers you around your accomplice, taking your concentration off the individual you are answerable for getting, yourself. You make me feel. Trailed by a negative feeling, sets you into a position of analysis toward your accomplice. I feel, dispatches investigation of what you yourself are feeling, and why. That is a way of self-revelation. For instance, I feel deserted when you get back work in the nights, leaving me off to myself. Possibly I have to extend my approaches to appreciate nights all alone as opposed to pining for your consideration. I used to adore understanding books, possibly I'll begin once more. What's the most productive way to express feelings? Here are 5 guidelines that are likely to bring success. Pause to look inside yourself and label your internal feeling. Outrage welcomes protectiveness. In the event that your feeling is frantic or furious, quiet down before you begin talking. A furious voice welcomes an irate voice consequently. Then, to optimize the likelihood you will be heard without defensiveness, choose a word other than a word from the anger family for the feeling that remains. Try a word like sad or scared. Begin with I feel, I felt, or I have been feeling. For example, I feel discouraged about. Explain more about the source of the feeling. A good sentence starter for this explanation is, my concern is. For instance, my concern is that I don't see an end in sight for you bringing work home every night. If you have to indicate your partner's function in the feeling, start that sentence with, when you. For example, when you came in so toward the end of last night from work, I felt extremely frightened. Continue then with, my anxiety was. At this point, you are making a course for shared comprehension. The bottom line. How you express feelings has an immense effect in how openly your feelings will be heard. Simultaneously, the individual with whom you are sharing your feelings has a significant part in if the conversation will be good. Narcissistic individuals, for example, may touch off and bothering when they hear articulations of an accomplice's weak feelings, regardless of how that feeling has been introduced. Others may take by and by, as an analysis of them, the negative feelings that you are portraying. Luckily, however, these responses will be a special case. Generally, following the rules above on the best way to communicate feelings, and particularly maintaining a strategic distance from, "you make me feel," is probably going to prompt empathic reactions. Likewise, sharing your inward feelings is probably going to upgrade the sentiment of closeness among you. Closeness originates from intima, which is the Latin word for the sensitive and weak linings of deepest body tissues. Offer cozy feelings effectively, and the discourse that rises is probably going to bring you mitigating reactions.